as promised, back here in the show with Jerome from Xcel Energy. And Jerome, tell me a little bit about, first of all, if people are just moving into the county, why would you guys be a good choice as far as their energy source? Or is it something that just kind of, you know, when you move into town, are you guys automatically the ones that we have that are kind of powering our homes?
Right. Well, we're a natural monopoly, so some people like to view it as, well, we only have one choice, Jerome, so we have to go with you guys. But we like to believe that we make it a good choice. So we do that by offering a variety of options for our customers, making sure we're a good corporate citizen, doing everything we can to make sure our rates are competitive as they relate to the national average, ensuring that we have reliability that's very good, because the bottom line, people want to have the power on. When they flick the switch on, they expect us to be there. They don't think about it at that time. You know, I always joke quite a bit. You know, people can flick on that switch 1,000 times and not think about it, but the one time they flip it on and it doesn't work, the first thing that comes to their mind, Xcel, what are you doing right now? So I just challenge everyone, you know, the next time you go home and you flip on your switch and it works, say, well, thank you, Xcel, I appreciate that for working. So.
Especially on days like today when we have a little bit of snow, it's a little bit chilly out there, kind of windy and blustery.
This is when we want to be there.
Yeah, and you know, up here in Summit County, and I'm sure across the world too, it's important for us to have some green initiatives and have things that are good for our environment going on, especially because it's so pristine and so beautiful here in Colorado. So tell me a little bit about what you guys have going on as far as green programs go.
Sure. One of the good things that we like to talk about as it relates to our statewide initiative, you know, Colorado has a very aggressive renewable energy standard, 30% of renewables from our electric resources, and that's the second highest in the nation. We're well on our way to making sure that we meet that goal early. The standard was to meet it by 2020. We anticipated we'll meet it a couple of years early. Right now we have about 2,100 megawatts of wind in our system, about 185 megawatts of solar. The important thing that we think about that is that it's just a commitment that we make to the community to make sure people want to see more green and make sure that we're really helping out the environment. And this was just one piece of us ensuring that we bring more renewables on our system. So when we look at our energy portfolio, by around 2018, we'll be about 49% coal, about 29% natural gas, and about 24% renewables. So we're really happy about that.
Yeah. Now, okay, specific to Summit County, what do you guys have going on?
Well, we're excited. We have this new community our Community Solar Rewards program, and we call it Community Solar Gardens, where we have the ability to bundle a large solar array, and for individuals that for a variety of reasons they can't put solar on their rooftops personally, maybe there are technical reasons or geographic reasons, the sun is just a shaded roof or whatever, we've got this great program where you can sort of have this one location and people can buy in and have aspects of be a part of that solar garden, and then say part of my energy is being powered by solar.
Wow.
And so the great thing about that is we don't know all of the details, but we know Summit County was sort of awarded 2 500 megawatt solar gardens that should be built up here sometime over the next year and a half. So great news for Summit County, great news for all of Colorado. It was such an exciting program. We had 9 megawatts that was provided and opened up for bid to all of Colorado, and the program sold out in less than 30 minutes. It was just unbelievable demand. So we're really excited about that. I think it's going to be a great thing up here in Summit County, and we're just looking at doing more things like that all over.
Yeah, definitely. Now tell me a little bit about this, the Ptarmigan substation. What is that, and what does that mean to someone like me?
Well, when we talk about a substation, what we have there is, you know, our power is coming from a power plant. Then it goes across high voltage transmission lines at a very high rate, either 230 kilovolts, 230,000 kilovolts, 345,000 kilovolts. Then it comes into a substation, and what that does is it steps down the voltage of the energy to then go through our distribution lines to eventually get to your home. Well, we've been trying to site a substation up here in the Summit County area since 1997.
Wow.
Just a little bit of a challenge up here, But just most recently, we filed an application with Summit County around November 6th for approval of a site that we believe is workable with the community, workable with us, where we believe if the timeline works out with approval from the county next year, we can start construction next year and hopefully have this substation online in 2014. Extremely important, enhances reliability up here, enhances the quality of the electric service up here, provides better redundancy for our customers up here. And Summit County is growing, and we want to make sure that our services are there when you need it. The most important thing about this is it took a long time for us to get up here, but the biggest important factor is that the collaborative effort that we went through here over the last couple of years of making sure that the community was vested into this process.
Right.
We had an extensive community outreach effort where we brought in the community, businesses, community leaders, and asked them what's important to them. How do we best do this in a way where it works within the community, where we site this substation and it visually works for you. We understand the pristine nature. That's why you live up here, the views and everything.
Yeah.
We don't want to harm that. We want to do our best to make sure we have the infrastructure up here to serve you, but to make sure it's done in a way where it's, blended into the landscape. It was a great process. The community, their involvement, we listened to what they said. We took into a lot of account all of that aspect, and then that kind of led us to this point where we had a public hearing, and they were there, and you know what, it went very well. So that was the next step of submitting the application to the county.
Nice. So hopefully, maybe beginning next year or the end of next year after you guys complete construction, we'll actually have just that much more reliability, especially in some of those storms. You guys remember, I think it was last New Year's, we had that crazy trees down and power outages and things like that. So I'm sure that just helps to make sure that we have our lights on at the end of the day. So Jerome, how do people find out if they want to, kind of go back? Obviously there's a lot of information. If they want to find out more about your green initiatives or the things that are happening here in Summit County, how do they find out more about what you guys are up to?
Well, you can always go to our website, xcelenergy.com, which is always one of the areas where if you go there, our website is just a very robust and rich website where you can find out an abundance of information. How do I find out if I want to look for rebates for incentives for energy efficiency? What programs do you have that's coming out of the pipe? Tell me information about your rates. What are you doing in my community from corporate citizenship? That's one of the important ways. We also have a representative up here in this area, actually a couple of representatives that are really for the Summit County area. We have one of our area managers, that's Todd Anderson. He's up here. He's sort of our company to governmental relations sort of official. So he works with all of the local governments up here in terms of any issues or concerns that are going on up here. And we also have what's called an account manager, who's sort of responsible for working with all of the cities and towns as a customer, the ski customers one-on-one, to help them and sort of be their energy manager to help develop and work with them for energy savings, anything like that. One of the great things that's happened there, and this individual, Sharon Panis, one of the great things that's occurred there is when you look over the past couple of years, we've provided about $830,000 in demand-side management incentives, rebates, back to the ski areas, the cities and towns, for them to invest in infrastructure that helps reduce their energy uses going forward. So with that, we figure there's going to be about 4 million kilowatt hours of savings annually that these entities will be achieving going forward. And that's just a great thing because that helps with economic development. Their costs are lower. They can invest more in their business, attract more customers. That just makes Summit County rise much more up as a community. It just makes it more vibrant. That's just another way that we help out. So we have those two individuals that can help out, and their names are well known up here with the business community. We also have the website that's there. And of course, you're always welcome to call me anytime you want.
Really, Jerome?
Yes, and I'll help out where I can. But more than likely, I'll probably call them and say, hey, help me out. What can we do up here?
Right. Well, obviously, a lot of great information to kick off our Monday here in the High Country. Probably some things you guys didn't realize that were happening right here in Summit County. I certainly didn't. So, Jerome, thanks so much for coming on and
thanks for having
telling us all about it. We're going to take another break here on Summit Sunrise. More to come, including Watch and Win, so don't go anywhere.